I did get my COVID vaccination, and I got the first one 3 weeks ago, and I got my second one this past Sunday. Okay, now that is in part where well, I'm going to begin speaking about. So the first thing that happened was I got my vaccination on Sunday afternoon. I felt perfectly fine Sunday. I was out doing a lot of chores and gardening and stuff, and it was great. And I woke up on Monday and I felt awful. I felt like a truck hit me. I had a crushing headache. I had body aches, chills. I couldn't get out of bed. I had what you would feel like would be the flu. And some people experience that. Now, for clarity, right, the Pfizer vaccination that I got is not giving me the virus, right? But what I'm getting is I am getting an immune system reaction, which is the very intention of what that vaccine is about. Okay. So when your immune system is reacting, right, it creates an inflammatory response. So the chills and the feverish feeling and the body aches and stuff is not the virus, it's the immune system doing that. So that in and of itself is not bad, right? Even when your kids get sick and they get a fever, it's the immune system reacting and managing and dealing with the infection to get rid of it. And the process is that it creates temperature changes and it wants to put the body into rest mode, right? Yeah, because you see, the immune system uses up a lot of energy, right? It takes a lot of energy to build antibodies and to bring in natural killer cells to take care of the virus or the bacteria or the germs or the pollen and doing different things, right? So it's going to pull energy from other places, which is why you don't want to get out of bed and you want to sleep. So that's a big, big part, right? Sleep is a huge part of having a healthy immune system, right? When we think about the hormone melatonin, we think of sleep, but the reality is melatonin is actually an immune hormone. It has way more influence over the immune system than it does actually for sleep. But some of the benefits of sleep is to help strengthen your immune system, which is why when you're sick and you want to get out of bed. So your body is taking the resources of energy and redirecting it to the immune system to fight something. So again, so I feel really miserable on Monday, but I know what is happening, even though I felt lousy. And my attitude was actually like I was in a way satisfied because I'm like, that's good because my my immune system is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Right? It's given the stimulus. It means it's going into overdrive. It's actually producing the antibodies that I want to give me protection and that my body's responding. So I was not fearful. I was actually happy, and I just took advantage of it. And I just slept, even though I felt kind of lousy. However, part two. So I feel pretty lousy on Monday. I felt better on Tuesday, but certainly far from 100%. Started feeling better on Wednesday. I kind of back to my old self on Wednesday again, and started doing my thing. Right. But again, I want you to remember that there's a lot of energy involved with your immune system doing these things. So Thursday morning, before I did the radio show at 11:30, I think it was. Um, I went down into my basement to do my exercise routine. Okay, that I didn't do for the 2 days prior because of the vaccination, how I felt. Now again, remember, right? There's a lot of energy that's going into this immune system to make these antibodies to give me protection. So I went down to the basement to do my exercises, and I had not eaten breakfast. And I went down to do my exercises purposely, purposely, because I wanted to. I'm in that sort of like semi-fasting phase, and I want to do my exercises in that fasting phase in order to turn on my fat burning metabolism. That's what I wanted to do. So I went down, and what my routine is about a half hour. So I do a series of 5 sets. I start off with high intensity. So I have a stationary bicycle that I can get on, and I get on that thing and I just warm up, but then I crank it out, right? Full throttle for like 30 seconds. So I get my pulse going up really, really fast. And then I jump off that and I get down and I do 25 push-ups. And then I catch my breath. And when I catch my breath, I get back on the bike, full throttle again for 30 seconds, get that pulse racing and jump off, get down in a different position, do another 25 push-ups in a different position. And then I do like 5 sets of those, right? So I'm huffing and puffing and cranking it out and all that. So what happens is I finish my 5 sets. Towards the end of the 5th set, I did feel a little bit of a headache coming on. Okay. And then I came back upstairs. I came back upstairs and all of a sudden, it was like I was loose. I was so disoriented. I did not know where I was. I did not know where I was. I did not even know who I was. I couldn't recall my name. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I was having like almost an out of body experience. I kind of had a sense that I might have been in the basement, but I couldn't remember if I was in the basement 5 minutes ago, if I was in the basement 5 months ago. I was the most bizarre thing. I was literally having a moment of dementia. I was actually experiencing severe Alzheimer's in that moment. I'm going to tell you, pretty frightening. It's pretty frightening when you kind of are in a state where you recognize that that's happening, but you can't put any pieces together. Now, I'm saying this for a reason because, when we think about brain health, we think about dementia, we talk about these things like they're going to happen in the future, and which they plausibly can, right? And so much of what we want to do is to start making strategies in our lives to avoid that, right? Because when those things start to take place, and that firestorm is taking place, it's hard to get that stuff back. So I'm sharing this with you because for all of us, I can't think of anything more important than brain health, right? Now, that said, is within about a half hour, I had some food. And slowly within a half hour, I started to come back. And I started to feel myself again. I was able to start kind of piecing things together. But I would say it probably took me a good hour before I kind of really recognized that I was in the basement early and I was doing those different things, right? But pretty much a scary moment. Now, let me explain to you what happened, though, right? Is because, it was like the realization that my immune system, my energy source was so utilized or used up from the prior few days of my immune system, and that I probably should not have been doing those exercises when my blood sugar was already low. Now, on any other given day, and I've been working like this for a long time, so on any other given day, it's not been a problem because my body has been conditioned and trained to try to be more of a fat burner. And I do that because I can, with my constitution, I can do some intermittent fasting, and I can exercise in that fasting state to turn on fat burning modes. And I've been doing that for many, many years. But the connection here was that I came off of the immune system using up a lot of energy. So literally my gas tank was already pretty bottomed out, right? And so there was not enough capability of turning into that fat burning mode to get fuel. And my brain, excuse me, my brain was just basically starved of fuel, right? So those neurons weren't getting any gas. And so they basically just crashed, and there's no communication between brain cells. So this is why so often with everyone, I often speak about how important, regulating blood sugar is, what we call dysregulation of glucose or dysregulation of blood sugar. Whether your blood sugar is too high or whether your blood sugar is too low, in this example, it's both bad. And I talk about it over and over and over again, but people really need to get hammered home on this because it doesn't make a difference when anyone is complaining about whatever health issue somebody is dealing with. There are many, many factors, many contributing factors to so many ongoing chronic health challenges. But, blood sugar becomes a high priority because if your blood sugar is not regulated, as you can see, you're not going to be able to do anything else to improve on any of your health challenges, right? So it's a big deal.